It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns taking on the Charlotte Hornets. The Suns win the opening tip. They'll have it first as we get going in the desert. Off the assist.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Into the front court comes Smith. They trail by 2. Nothing going here on that drive. Hernangomez unable to connect.
And I love when great coaches make their players play these games. Pop does it with the Spurs all the time. He doesn't want their players to see 24 seconds on the shot clock. He wants his players to see, let's get 24 stops in a row.
Here comes the screen. Walker. He got it off in time, but that shot no good.
Oftentimes, one of the ways to negate one of the best shooters in the game is to make him work off the ball. By making him work, you're taking his legs away from that shot.
Count it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Hornets at the controls of this one. Walker had to rush that one, and it's no good. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-point play. You always going in think you can get more at the rim.
Finish that.
Nothing better than when the defense communicates to each other that the shot clock is down to 5. When they yell red, they apply even more pressure on the ball.
And score. Strong take.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Walker into the front court. 8-0 is the score. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
Just remember an old saying here. You're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in, so it's time to get going.
Second effort. We've played one at Talking Stick Resort Arena with the Suns on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on one quarter in the book. This has the potential to be a good one.
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Short jumper won't fall.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
And count the basket.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Into the front court, it's Walker. 10-2 the score. Throws it down. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
And the nice finish at the rim.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Charlotte basketball.
Defense, let's go.
Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Oh, emphatic slam. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a T.
I got him. Here we go.
Fires the three. Had to force that one, but it's no good.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Can't connect.
But I don't put that on the shooter, Ed. I put that on the passer. You have to put your players in the best possible position to score the ball. You know that's not a strength of his.
Runner's good there.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Knocked loose. Alexia Jinsa sends it away. The quarter comes to an end. The Suns have the lead. Tight game through the first two quarters as we resume play here in the third. Hornets right now in possession. Missed a wide open look.
I got ball. Let's go. Pick him up.
A drive, but he can't get it to go.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off two legs and expect the contact.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
And the Suns right there for the rebound. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He got it off in time, but that shot no good. Smith with the basketball. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. And Kemba Walker, muscle memory put to good use there.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul. Late heave to beat the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The Suns have the lead. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They had the lead coming out of halftime. They were able to extend that lead in the third quarter.
A lot of fans and players get consumed with the big plays, but the coaches love seeing their teams continuing to do the little things. That's how you increase the lead.
Oh, that's how it's done.
Well, there you have it. The defense just took notice of this young player on that previous shot. Guarantee you they won't leave him open next time.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. The deficit now up to a dozen.
Watch that cutter.
Won't go. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
And here's a next level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
Smith with it up top. Down a dozen. Driving right to the basket. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Charlotte with the basketball. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. The monster stuff.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the past. Past is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
It's the Suns with the victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Suns could not have been more dominant in this game. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. Here are the guys who put up the most points to the Phoenix Suns. The Charlotte Hornets seemed to give up on this game as it got more challenging. My advice for these guys is not to watch any TV tonight because it's not going to help them forget about this game. Everyone is going to be talking about this one. The Hornets relied on these guys for their scoring here today.
Game track. Assists.
These guys walked in with the game plan, and they walked out with the win. And these highlights, they tell even more of the story.
Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at what's coming up for the Phoenix Suns. On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns taking on the Brooklyn Nets. Won by Brooklyn. Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Nets have it. Knocked loose. Alexia Jinsa tips it. The pass set it all up.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Russell with it up top. Counting down towards a minute to play here in a very tight opening quarter. Yes, D'Angelo Russell missed his first. That one goes.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Russell into the front court. Just under a minute to go in a low-scoring first quarter of play. And counted at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Russell with it up top. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. Yes, D'Angelo Russell. 3 for 4. Good start.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
And the basket good at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Knocked loose. Trying to cash in. Can't connect. We've played one at Talking Stick Resort Arena with the Suns on top. Jay and I return after this. It's the NBA on a Friday night, and it's on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Jay, I don't know if we're going to see quite that level of offensive production that we saw to start this one.
Yeah, I got to hedge the bet because I got to talk to the defense right now. You have to actually play defense on people to stop people in this league.
Cruises inside for 2.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Russell into the front court. Down 8. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Alexia Jinsa. Huge block. From the painted area, won't go down.
Nothing better than when the defense communicates to each other that the shot clock is down to 5. When they yell red, they apply even more pressure on the ball.
Brooklyn with the basketball. Yes, D'Angelo Russell. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
D'Lo reminds me so much of Sam Cassell. He's not the fastest guy, but he gets where he wants to go anytime. The word that is key for him, potential, potential, potential. Will he be able to accomplish his potential?
Nice finish at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Another chance. It goes down.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
And scores.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Shot from in close, no good. Yes, D'Angelo Russell. He's now shooting 5 for 7. That's it for the first half. The Suns dominating so far.
Back.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway.
Double team, double team, double team. Good help.
Shot from the lane won't go. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down.
I got ball.
For 3, had to force that one, but it's no good.
Oftentimes, one of the ways to negate one of the best shooters in the game is to make him work off the ball. By making him work, you're taking his legs away from that shot.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Got it.
The assist from number 26.
Short jumper misses.
And I love when great coaches make their players play these games. Pop does it with the Spurs all the time. He doesn't want their players to see 24 seconds on the shot clock. He wants his players to see, let's get 24 stops in a row.
Nice pass to get things going.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Driving right to the basket. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way, though.
Alexia Jinsa with a piece. Fourth this contest. Knocks it down from mid-range.
2 points. The assist from number 21.
Knocked loose. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. The Suns lead it big. Brooklyn basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Oh, pass stolen by the Nets. Russell had to rush that one, and it's no good. And count the basket inside.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Look out, Devin Booker. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Count the basket inside.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Russell with it up top. His guys down big. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Count the basket at the rim.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Knocked loose. All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
Lets it fly from long range. He got it off in time, but that shot no good. 20-footer at the buzzer. Shot at the buzzer does indeed go down, but it only affects the final score. This ball game is over. It's the Suns with the victory as they win this one handily.
The Suns put on a show in a blowout. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. When you have a look at these highlights, you can see how this team wasn't able to get it together. It was definitely a frustrating loss. Check out the leading scores for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Assists.
The Phoenix Suns showed off the kind of team chemistry that coaches love to see from their players. The more they moved the ball, it showed how much they trust each other. In the end, they got to win, and it looked like they had a great time doing it.
Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special.
These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the upcoming matchups for the Phoenix Suns. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns taking on the Houston Rockets. The Suns win the opening tip. They'll have it first as we get going in the desert. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
You know what we call that, Ed? We call that now you see me, now you don't.
Driving right to the basket. Right down Broadway for the two. Defender has to pick him up.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Now Paul with the basketball. They trail by 2. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Cruises inside for 2.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Here's CP3. Ooh, Chris Paul. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Man, he barely got that one off before the shot clock expired.
Clint Capella with a piece. Here's Harden with the rock. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
The drive, right to the basket, down the lane to lay it in.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
James Harden, 2 for 2. That's what you want. He'll put it up at the buzzer. That ends the first quarter. We have a tie ball game. A good start to this one. All tied up as we start the second. Paul into the front court. He'll run the offense. Full throttle right to the basket for the deuce. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Paul, terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Shot from the lane won't go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Harden in possession. The score, 14 all. And a putback slam.
And I got a chance to hear a lot of the conversation at the bench. And one of the things they called out was owning the backboards. Looks like the message is really getting through.
And finishes strong.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
James Harden at the controls. Count the basket.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
I got this clown. Let's go.
Nothing going here on that drive. This for the tie. It's good at the buzzer. And as a result, this game is all even halfway through. So we head to intermission all tied up in what's been a tight one from the start. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Paul with it up top. Tie game, third quarter. He was hacked. They let it go.
Nothing better than when the defense communicates to each other that the shot clock is down to 5. When they yell red, they apply even more pressure on the ball.
It's in the hands of James Harden. Doesn't get the bounce. And count the basket inside.
So many concerns about his strength and, more importantly, his durability. But he looks solid on that play.
Harden in possession. His guys trail now by 4. Off the mark.
And I love when great coaches make their players play these games. Pop does it with the Spurs all the time. He doesn't want their players to see 24 seconds on the shot clock. He wants his players to see, let's get 24 stops in a row.
He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Trying to cash in. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Harden has it up the floor. And a nice finish at the rim.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging
Up at an 8-point deficit. James. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Suns have the lead. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
No good. Off the assist.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
And I tip my hat to the defense on this one. Defenders can apply a lot of pressure, but so can the shot clock.
Layup goes down. Well done.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Harden with the basketball. Down a bundle. Paul had to force that one, but it's no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Houston with the basketball.
Here we go, here we go. Screen coming right, screen coming right.
From the painted area, won't go down.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Well, let's flip.
Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
It's the Suns with the victory as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Suns dominated this game from beginning to end. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Phoenix Suns. The Rockets seemed to lose their edge as the game got out of hand. My advice for these guys is not to watch any TV tonight because it's not going to help them forget about this game. Everyone is going to be talking about this one. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Assists.
These guys walked in with the game plan, and they walked out with the win. And these highlights, they tell even more of the story.
Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this, except that he fits the title of this segment? He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And here we've got the upcoming games to the Phoenix Suns. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
I'm Cassidy Hubbarth with ESPN. Rumors are circling that the rookie known as the One has been experiencing some friction in the locker room, despite or perhaps because of his explosive rise that led him to joining the NBA earlier this year. Now, whatever the source of the problem, the real question is whether the One will be able to turn it around with his teammates before it impacts their hopes for the playoffs. Cassidy Hubbarth, ESPN.
It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From AT&T Center in San Antonio, tonight, the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Phoenix Suns. We are underway. The Phoenix Suns begin the game with the basketball. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Aldridge. Wide open look, won't go.
It didn't hurt him this time, but defensively, you got to prevent him from even catching the ball to begin with.
Nice pass to get things going.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
DeRozan with it, trailing by 4. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Phoenix with it. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Jakob Poeltl pins it. Has a chance. Deep two there. Won't go.
Ooh, I can't believe he didn't get that one to fall. But at the end of the day, he got an open look, and that bodes well for this team.
2 points, Michael Porter Jr.
I'm a little bit confused. Was that a well-designed offense or just poor defense? Maybe a little bit of both.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Nothing going here on that drive. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
That's the end of the period. The Suns have the lead. 1 quarter down. Long way to go. So, buckle up. It's wide open.
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Short jumper misses. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
It goes down.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Murray into the front court. 8-2 our score. From the painted area, won't go down.
And I love when great coaches make their players play these games. Pop does it with the Spurs all the time. He doesn't want their players to see 24 seconds on the shot clock. He wants his players to see, let's get 24 stops in a row.
DeRozan with the basketball. Now down 6. Shot from the lane won't go. And count the basket.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
DeRozan with it. 10-2 the score. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Count the basket inside.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
It's a turnover as they head the other way. Count the basket at the rim. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That's it. First half has come to an end. The Suns have the lead. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Murray with it. His guys trail by 10. Big. Murray with the basketball. The deficit now up to a dozen. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Knocked loose. Hustle pays off. They've got the possession. Into the front court. It's Booker. His guys lead here. Early stages, third quarter. Almost. Unlucky bounce. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way, though.
Knocked loose. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
It's DeRozan.
Block up, block up. Here he comes. I got him. Here we go.
And he scores. Jay, how do you stop that?
And did you see that in transition? Don't 1-2 ooh-wee on him.
Ooh-wee. Oh, it's good. Can't connect from in close. Straight on three. At the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Suns dominating so far. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And this one, Jay, not totally in the win column yet, but with a double-digit lead, you have to like their chances.
I love when I start seeing fans exit the arena so early in this game, and I hear people say, this one should be in the bag. Well, guess what? It's never a guarantee. You have to be careful not to slow down the pace of the game and take the air out of the basketball. You have to put your foot on the gas and try to win this game with a sense of urgency.
Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Easy path to the rim. Spurs in possession. The drive, right to the basket. Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
And the finish at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Look out, Devin Booker. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Trying to cash in. Aldridge off the mark.
Nothing better than when the defense communicates to each other that the shot clock is down to 5. When they yell red, they apply even more pressure on the ball.
Murray into the front court. Down a bundle. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. Lets it fly from long range. He got it off in time, but that shot no good.
Oftentimes, one of the ways to negate one of the best shooters in the game is to make him work off the ball. By making him work, you're taking his legs away from that shot.
DeRozan with the basketball. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
DeJounte Murray sends it away. It's the Suns with the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation.
The Suns dominated this game from beginning to end. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Phoenix Suns. The Spurs really lost big in this matchup, and you could tell it was tough on them. Losses like this become main discussion topics in the media. So hopefully this team is ready to answer the tough questions. It's not going to be fun. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the San Antonio Spurs.
Game track. Field goals.
The San Antonio Spurs were terrible with their shooting, and I'm pretty sure that's not news to anyone that's out there. What will become news, however, is if their poor shooting starts to create turmoil within the team.
Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup.
Nicholas Cole.
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show.
Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Check out the upcoming games for the San Antonio Spurs. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.
For Complex News, I'm Pierce Simpson. The One proved again they belong in the league by securing a playoff seed after last night's victory. This is a big milestone for the rookie who delivered on high expectations in the pros after a year-long journey where he gained respect and buzz on the international streetball scene. We'll see whether or not this player can deliver on the NBA playoff stage. How far can the One go? Who knows? But we'll be watching. This is Pierce Simpson for Complex News.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From downtown Milwaukee, tonight it's the hometown Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Phoenix Suns. Suns get the ball to start this one. The pass set it all up.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Giannis with it up top. They trail by 2. Slam dunk, Malcolm Brogdon.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Nothing going here on that drive. Big finish at the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Bledsoe with it up top. Down just a couple. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
And I love when great coaches make their players play these games. Pop does it with this. Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
And the Suns secure the rebound. Giannis Antetokounmpo snatching it out of the air. Milwaukee with the basketball. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down.
Nothing better than when the defense communicates to each other that the shot clock is down to 5. When they yell red, they apply even more pressure on the ball.
Brook Lopez sends it away. Count the basket at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Has a chance. Just off the mark. Desperation shot here from half court. That's it for the first quarter. The Suns have the lead. Second quarter set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Alexia Jinsa tips it. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets a look, can't hit.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit it.
Tough make through traffic. Now the Bucks gonna signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. The shot, almost.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Had to rush that one, and it's no good.
Oftentimes, one of the ways to negate one of the best shooters in the game is to make him work off the ball. By making him work, you're taking his legs away from that shot.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Phoenix has the ball. Short jumper stays out.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Got it. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim. That's it for the first half. The Suns have the lead.
Thanks for joining.
All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Bledsoe with the basketball. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Eric Bledsoe, consistent effort. He's at 50%.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Lays it up and in.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Giannis in control of the basketball. Margins 8. Nothing going here on that drive. Bledsoe knocks it down from mid-range.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Easy path to the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Alexia Jinsa with the block.
Defender without hesitation.